Sorry, my first contact with everything was Toonami's commercials with "It's a gun." So hearing everybody say it like a low tone, it's just like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with episode 14 of Mobile Suit Gundam 79. Kind of ironic that they named it after the 1 year war. War. Year.
Yeah, war, yeah.
Alright, well, how about you go ahead and tell us what happened last time?
Last time, the white base finds a place to rest and, I guess, do maintenance. And meanwhile, near Amuro's old childhood home. Although we're told Amuro is from space, he was only raised in space. He was actually born on Earth.
I mean,
and he goes
we know that from Origin, though.
Yeah. So he goes to, but the intro music seems like your home, blah, 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 and all that. Amuro goes to visit his mother, but finds basically Federation looters who have gone into the house and broken in and are having a party, getting drunk, and other looters that assault an old lady that it's a neighbor who's selling apples, right? He gets to a fight, gets his ass kicked, but is told that his mother is in a nearby refugee camp. Meanwhile, Zeon is launching area patrols, and Bright decides to attack them with a core fighter and take them down before they can inform the location of the white base and gets himself in a fight. Ryu launches in the core fighter, shoots down one of them, damages another one, turns out to be fatally, but we don't see that immediately, and also gets damage. And we see also that the remaining recon craft is going to go near where Amuro is, who went to visit using the other core fighter. So he sends a message to Amuro. The message arrives as Amuro is talking to his mother, who he finds alive in the refugee camp, and somehow he ends up in a bed, I guess resting. I guess his mother said, "Oh, you have to take a rest." And two Zeon soldiers come in, on a regular patrol, probably anti-guerrilla sweep, but only two guys, which is pretty dumb. They go into this building, one of the several buildings, the one where Amuro's at, and start questioning the people there. And when one of them, I guess, moves Amuro's mother aside to see, where Amuro is, which he's covered with a sheet, Amuro takes a shot from bed, injures him but doesn't kill him, scares off the other soldier, has a fight with his mother, saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do that." And she's shocked at his son, who thought he was a little kid last time he saw him, because he chose not to go to space with him. So only he and his father went to, I mentioned it would be Side 7. Takes off in his fighter to attack, to go back into the fight, sees the damage recon aircraft, follows it crashes, but Amuro then starts an attack on this, remote Zeon base that is nearby. Then Ryu, I think it's Ryu, shows up with the
Kai
gun pair, Kai
and some unnamed other person. Ryu is the one that was flying around, who got shot, not shot down, but shot and not injured. Yeah, damaged. I couldn't think of the word damaged. Damaged and has to fly back to the base. The white base,
the gun pair is carrying the other two parts of the Gundam. So they try a new maneuver where they hook up in the middle of the air. It succeeds. And then basically Amuro decides to take on this entire base by himself, which he does, and wrecks the whole place. Bright is wondering, why is he doing this? We don't have to fight these guys, so why are we wasting ammunition? Later on, at the end of the final scene is Amuro's mother goes to visit Amuro. Bright talks to her and says, "Oh, he's saved our lives multiple times, etc." But and Amuro basically decides that he's going to stay with White Base. And as the White Base leaves, she laments what appears to her to be the loss of the innocence of his son, right? And possibly might never see him again because it's a war. So there's that.
Two things occur to me. One, again, the midair thing was friggin' stupid. Well, look, even if he missed the headpiece, he's still in the legs. He could walk to the headpiece. You know, just like snail crawl his way into it. But the more pressing thing is that he's probably made life for those people so much worse. Because he's kind of destroyed the Zeon base, and now those guys are going to be like desperate for stuff, which means that they're probably going to raid whatever this village nearby has. Conceivably apples. But yeah, no, you just like you've ruined their infrastructure, and now they're going to come down harder on the nearby place, especially because it has Earth Federation people in it, which just means, you know, it's going to be a counterattack by a bunch of these guys on the ground against a bunch of people who are frankly drunk and incoherent.
Yep.
Thanks, Justin. I know, I asked for it. I can't blame you for giving me back what I wanted. Well, not what I wanted. I wanted a discussion, but I'm getting back that guy in the back of the mafia room who does nothing really to say to the boss.
That's a possibility. I don't think it's going to be a direct possibility. They could relocate. Whoever survived could be evacuated to another base, and then they might reestablish the base or launch an offensive or something like that. They were told also there are guerrillas in the area, right? We don't see them. So now those people are even more vulnerable to the guerrillas.
We were heading to the Pacific, right? Which means that we might be somewhere in the Pacific or at the edge of the Pacific, implying we could be somewhere near Vietnam. We could be in the area of a different show, possibly. Because he said there's underage gorillas, and I can only think of one underage gorilla group in my head that was active in this show. I'm not going to ruin that one, because I've already stated it's like one of my favorite Gundam shows, but that's because of Toonami, so it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, it could be a bunch. I mean, from the very beginning, they've been saying that gorillas exist and include child soldiers, so...
Anyway... No, I'm saying it seems to me a likely thing, given the theme of Gundam being the cyclical nature of violence, specifically when it comes to war, that there's no doubt in my mind that these people are going to be attacked by what seems to be an Earth Federation group, and then are going to retaliate against the local Earth Federation group, which is going to be ill-equipped to handle what remnants remain of a full... Because it seems to be, even though it's a frontier base, to be a full Zeon base, given that it's got almost as many DOPs as Garma had. Just doesn't have the GAW backing. These stupid fucking names. I don't know, maybe DOP and GAW mean something in Japanese. You know, like Mighty Hero, and I'm saying, what a fucking stupid name, you know, insulting the entire nation. I don't think so, though. I think they're made to... I think they're made to sound stupid because it's Zeon, and Zeon's not to be rooted for. Which, I don't know, sudden the thought comes into my head, maybe Zeon's a representation of Imperial Japan in a post-Imperial society, to not idealize the past version of ourselves.
That's a complicated take. Yeah, it's complicated.
I mean, to be fair, Tamano would have been, 40 years old when he made this? He would have been a kid coming out of World War II. Seems conceivable that there might be some sort of meta-narrative happening there.
Yeah, but it's complicated because how can I say this? And I don't want to overstep my bounds here.
No, go ahead. Put your foot in your mouth. I do it all the time. Join the club.
Mobile Suit Gundam. It's one of the reasons why Mobile Suit Gundam is good, because it makes you think about these things. Like, Jesus Christ, it has layers.
With all that said, I think we should go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
So what, 48 episodes in this?
About.
And then after this is, I don't even remember anymore. I've got a notepad.
It's a lot of movies. There's 2 movies, I think.
Well, those are compilation movies. We should probably watch the compilation movies after, because as I understand it, they're edited differently, so it might be worth watching. Well, because they get rid of certain arcs, and then the characters have different things that they say. Like, I've seen part of the first movie where they don't do Escape from Luna 2. And, like, the guy is watching them fly away, and he has this whole scene where he talks about stuff that doesn't appear in the show. So
43 episodes.
Alright. I know I've got a notepad where I've got everything, like, chronologically ordered, so I know. But I think everything that comes after this could be, like, watched in any order. Not everything. I mean, certain, the 1 Year War stuff. There's, like, no specific order to the 1 Year War stuff. You could watch 8th MS Team after this if we wanted to. I just think I have an order written down. I don't remember what it is. Oh, we should totally watch Igloo after this.
Yeah, and Igloo is out of order.
I was joking. I have no idea what the fuck Igloo was about. I was just making a joke of the fact it's called Igloo. I'm not even looking at the thing. It's just one of the things that's in my head.
自らの独裁の手に収めようとするザビ家のジオン公国は月の向こうに浮かぶ宇宙都市国家である。
I forgot to switch to Japanese.
Oh, what the heck? Well, thankfully, I already did.
Yeah.
It's one of the ways I actually found out to make my editing go faster. Was one of the shows we were watching had dual languages, and when I brought it to my editing software, it was only giving me English. So taking it to Audacity and only taking the Japanese track out, I just got rid of an entire visual video layer, which was costing me like twice as long editing time. So where I was editing videos that took 2 to 3 hours to render, now they're taking like an hour to 30 minutes. And you better believe I've put the Magician on the board. I'm not kidding, he's on there. It's Guile, by the way. See? Same exact name that they mentioned many episodes ago, where everybody seemed to have died. So he's had a question mark the entire time. He's also wearing the same outfit that he wore on that picture.
連邦軍のモビルスーツが出動しているってのか？ああ、ソルガ司令官直属の通信兵だろ。聞き出したんだよ。じゃあ俺たち部隊も出動するのか？バカ。パトロールが任務の俺たちが出るわけねえだろ。それに昨日
Zaku.
こっちから仕掛けやしねえよ。
Yeah, but just a one.
それでそのモビルス
Yeah,
ー
just
ツ
think about what one good guy could do in a Zaku.
モビルスーツをか？何機ぐらいを相手にするんだ？俺たちが勝手にやって敵をやっつける分には構わねえと隊長も言ってくれたんだ。うまくいきゃ本国に帰れるぞ。こんな虫のいない 清潔なジオンの本
There goes good, they'll send us home.
そうだけど
The victors against the Gundam.
お前らだってソル説明してやれ。
相手のモビルスーツって一機なんですよ。それ
Not true.
若作りのね。
はあ。
Well, I guess technically if you don't consider the gun tank, then they still got the gun cannon, which is a mobile suit.
明け方までにはエンジンの整備は終わります。大丈夫です。で、私への質問って何です？
僕らは正規軍ではありません。なのにどうしてあなた方の補給を受け、こうして修理ま
で？連邦軍はホワイトベースを捨てたりはしませんし、ここにもあなたの上官を送るつもりはあります。けれど、ヨーロッパでの大きな作戦の予定があります。それに、現実に実戦に耐えている
Which would throw you into McQueef's territory.
手を回せるほど連邦軍は楽ではないのです。
そんなにひどいのですか？
ジオンも似たようなものです。それに、今はホワイトベースはデータ収集が第一の任務になっています。
データ集め？
ええ、プロよりアマチュアの方が面白い作戦を考えるものです。それをコンピューターの記憶バンクから拾い出す。
じゃあわざと我々を放っておいてモルモットにしている？
モルモットはおいや、ブライト少尉。
Let me tell you what some famous celebrities do with some guinea pigs.
僕が？
ええ、デビル将軍がそうおっしゃってますよ。そのうち通知があるでしょう。
いちいち勝手ですね。
デビル将軍がいらっしゃらなければあなたはとっくの昔に死
For
刑ですよ。
what?
死刑？
ええ、
アムロ、なんだ？
I blame that other guy, that broken-armed asshole.
いえ。お前は寝てなくちゃならん時間だろう。はい。
君。ブライトさんの言う通りよ。寝るのもパイロットの仕事のうちですよ。
はい。気をつけます。なんてやつだ。ホワイトベースとガンダムを動かしたこと、そんなに重罪なんですか？
この間まではね。ブライト・ノア少尉。
Sorry, what, you wanted us to die? Ed Noah?
どこに行ってたの？
Oh, this is interesting.
トイレ向こうでしょ？
いいじゃないか。なんだい？
なんでもないわ。
I'm only not commenting about it because I know I will have already. The future tense of knowing notes are to come.
Yeah. Like, why is she waiting outside his room only with a large coat around herself?
Well, no, she was wearing the dress underneath it. But
I know.
we both understand it's a Matilda thing. At least I hope we do. If you come up with a whole other theory, then I don't...
アムロ、食事は済んだ。
Yes, Dad.
アムロ、食事は済んだのか？はい、まだです。これからジオンのパトロール網を飛び越える。いいか？ガンダムをスタンバっておけ。はい。
You see me saluting now.
They just repaired, but yeah, they still want to show us the battle damage.
ブライトさん、マチルダ機の脱出方向です。ホワイトベースです。共に進路クリアです。
我々を脱出させてくれるかしら？
ジオン次第さ。
I mean, it always does. Say it depends on Zion. Yeah.
ミノフスキー粒子が濃くて識別不能です。発光信号を出します。
時刻表にないパトロールか。発光信号に応答なし。
はい。
効果。戦闘スピードで脱出します。対空砲用意。
逃げ急ぎです。最大戦闘スピードで飛んでいます。ということは荷物を積んでないな。どこかこの
What a fucking weird layout.
Yeah. That's why the whole neck thing is such a weird thing.
Well, I mean, it looks like one solid thing from the outside. The inside is one tube.
Sunset Huts.
最初に出動すると言ってこい。はい。俺が攻撃をかけりゃ敵もモビルスーツを出してくるだろう。いいな。クワランに伝えろよ。はい軍曹。クワラン遅れるなよ。
Just imagine a show without the Gundam, which is like one Zaku out here in the middle of nowhere. I think it'd be a fucking great show. It's like, we know the Gundam is overpowered, but the fucking Zaku?
I think a Zaku would be more vulnerable.
Well, I just mean a bunch of ground forces I feel like could take out a Zaku, so you'd have to be like more intelligent than just throwing a Zaku out against anything.
一時の方向に応戦を降下しなさい。あの攻撃の仕方はザクです。敵の頭上すれすれ。
Or literally anything else with a gun.
やるな、でかい図体をして。どこにルックンのやつ援護してくれりゃ。コンテナに直撃です。
構いません。このまま。
Glad they weren't picking up refugees this time.
レーザー測定です。ミディア交戦中のようです。
マチルダさんが
ミディアがジオンのパトロールに引っかかった。ホワイトベースは援護に向かう。
ブライトさん、ガンダム出ます。ホワイトベースは補給の整備がまだ十分じゃないんでしょ？
そりゃそうだが、行くか。
You know, with this little amount of counterforce, you'd think that a core fighter could just do this by itself.
Well, I mean, a Zaku, I don't think a core fighter could defeat a Zaku.
I don't know. Core fighters got missiles.
マチルダさんに何もなければいいけど。
Sucks to be those guys.
連邦軍のモビルスーツだ。ガンダムです。
来なくてもいいもの。ガンダムの行為に。
Sorry, my first contact with everything was Toonami's commercials with "It's a gun." So hearing everybody say it like a low tone, it's just like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Hid behind a tree.
Mostly very, very big trees. Very big trees. Not very big.
Yeah, as it turns out, these are actually all redwoods.
むき出しの兵が機関銃ぐらいでガンダムをどういう攻撃をするつもりなんだ。どうしたんだ。なぜ動く。
Still gotten past episode 2 where he wouldn't shoot a guy. Despite you having just rocket launched a guy anyway. This is the episode that's gonna make everything a little bit weird. Everyone mocks us for like taking it, like laughing when things are bad happening. Except that these guys are the guys who are like,
yeah,
taking it like nonchalantly because they're fighting a Gundam.
Yeah, this is a weird episode all around.
Well, I just mean they're the guys who are like, boss says we can do anything we want so long as we don't take out the Zaku. And then we see them like hover carting it around. Remind you, this is the late 70s before this became a thing you did at school to people.
Yeah.
Take my Lego brick. Also, I think the aliens are attacking.
Yeah, the music is
Okay, well, when did you attach the bungee cord? And they say the theremin doesn't get any use anymore. I really feel like he didn't have to even use the shield. They're just machine guns.
Yeah, but it's designed to tell us, wow, these things are really dangerous without destroying the Gundam with one shot.
Yeah, it just means that he wouldn't know. Also kind of tells me that you could take out the Gundam with these explosives and a potato launcher. That's okay. How does it survive all these like really large explosions, but a couple like plastic explosives will take it out?
Okay, this is the part where it's just the writers were like, we need this to happen in a very specific way. So we're gonna write all this to explain why this guy hasn't, the Gundam has not exploded already.
Well, it's more so I think they felt like they needed to create just a couple of Xeon bros. By the way, I hope there's no snipers on that ship. Because this position is fucked.
Or why they don't have snipers of their own? Because if it takes one shot, it was like, okay, set up a sniper, start shooting the bombs. Right?
Or, you know, shoot everybody that comes out to try and deal with the bombs. Because then the bombs are going to go off anyway. You usually got free shots on people.
All in artillery or something, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't pull out any of the tanks. They had plenty of the Magellans, as we just figured out, sitting there in the base.
And this is another dumb stuff as well.
Yeah, we have a bomb expert. Yeah.
And the one guy who actually pilots the Gundam, oh yeah, we're going to take care of it, because that's my responsibility.
Well, no, specifically, he's telling the bomb expert to go away. So they spent 28 minutes doing jack-all. Sorry, 18 minutes. That was just bad math. Man, I hope this thing has some sort of, like, protective screen we can put over the windows. Otherwise, we're just gonna have the kids stay in here. Possibly watch a man explode today. That's how math works. He finished the second. What else would he be on? Also, that was 4 minutes of bomb.
What exactly is he doing to him?
I don't know. Said something about x-rays before, but we already know where they're at.
Is he demagnetizing them, I guess?
It looks like he's doing that thing when cake makers are trying to make stuff look like other things. Like he's making the C4 look like a bomb. I mean, it makes more sense, but also not a big fan of that mentality either. I mean, I did offer to pilot the Gundam before.
And I still have that dress I borrowed from you. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Oops.
I guess he's demagnetizing it?
I guess that's what I said earlier, but wouldn't that set up the wire that they were talking about earlier? I don't know.
I don't know about any wire.
But
I mean, they're on a timer, but they're also explosive on contact.
Yeah. Which is not how plastic explosives works, by the way.
Well, I mean, we've just been calling them plastic explosives. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah. I mean, if they're capable of blasting parts of the Gundam like that, then
they must be made of, I don't know, some sort of super napalm. It's been like 4 minutes per bomb. I mean, unless he's been progressively getting faster at this. If only I had some sort of, I don't know, control over how the Gundam moves.
But I thought the idea was that...
How many people can control the Gundam? 1. Let's all go.
Yeah.
2 trucks, by the way. Let's get the entire command staff out here. Make it a real Star Trek event. So Hayato can control the Gundam. Or would have crushed Amuro's arms.
I mean, he has piloted other of the... I think he piloted the gun tank, right?
Yeah.
And was it... Yeah, so...
I mean, it's just funny that, you know, he's got his arms stuck out this way. Let's jump in there. Amuro's got his controls inverted, crushes his arms. Wouldn't be exciting without a countdown. A 30-minute countdown. Pretty sure the original time I was actually looking at the clock when this happened.
That's one hell of an explosion.
It's a shame he didn't hide them all, you know, so he wouldn't even know he had explosives on him. Then he could have just gotten aboard the ship. Imagine that on the ship.
Yo! 爆弾を外したバカってどんなやつかな?
おかわり。
はい。あら、車が来るわ。
何？民間のトラックだぜ。いや、ワゴンだ。なんだ、妙だな、こんなところに。
Yeah, it could be full of explosives.
Well, if these guys are from the base that's nearby, then conceivably the village where Amuro's mother is from is nearby as well.
Yeah.
If that is the same base. Actually, it couldn't be. Never mind. That's a different base. Make America great again.
そっちの白いの着てんの、ひょっとするとモビルスーツのパイロットさん？
どうしたの？怪我でもしたのかい、パイロットさん。
怖い顔しないでよ、パイロットさん。
これからも頑張れよ、大将。じゃあな。
Thank God, as Zeon soldiers, we don't have any regional dialect of anything.
Or weapons that we could shoot these guys right here and just win the war. Because as a pilot, you could kill them. Right.
Like I said, Zeon bros. We just need some Zeon bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried. Like, that's the best we could have done.
Yeah, we're not going home today. Could just take a gun and shoot him right there, but that would be too easy.
Oh, I can't wait till we become reoccurring characters.
Yeah.
巨大な戦争が生み出した男だ。戦争孤児を守るために戦う男の姿に、アムロは憎しみを。
Because Amuro is a dick.
爽やかな感動を込めて。機動戦士ガンダム。次回ククルスドアンの島。
Oh, that's right. That's the first thing we watch after. I forgot. The movie. And we're gonna watch the often removed episode as well, but we're gonna watch the movie as well. So you can compare. But I forgot, I think that is literally the next thing on the list. Because it's also the last thing we're gonna get from the director who directed Origin. Not the same writer, but the same director. Actually, I think the director has the same writer as well. People have told me two different things, but it is the. It is
somebody important. It's in
well,
common.
No. I think the same person who did a lot of writing on Origin is also the person who made or directed Origin. So it's going to be the same director. So it might be the same both ways. But it's going to be the last thing we get out of that whole cycle. I mean, it's not a bad episode. I mean, it's made worse when you're pointing it all the bad things out, which I don't think we did. I think me and Griffin joked about it. Mm-hmm. But you pointing out, well, they could just pull out guns right here. It's like, oh yeah, I guess they could.
It's a dumb episode.
Oh yeah, no, I know it doesn't fit at all. But
yeah, episodes more or less have been pretty smart from the very beginning, back to back, and this was like. It feels like it feels like it's very contrived. Oh, we have this smart. Oh, they're gonna let us do whatever. It's like, okay, sure, you're gunning for promotion. We've seen that before. Okay, they come up with a good plan, right? They put the bombs on the thing, right? Oh, wait, the bombs need 30 minutes to explode.
I assume they said that themselves.
Yeah. It's like, oh, why is that? Oh, yeah, because we don't have like shorter fuse bombs. We always get the crappy bombs, the ones that take forever to explode for some reason. Oh, but we're gonna shoot the bombs. Okay, we shot one, but then he wavers away with his super wind shield attack. So I guess
they're on like little hover things. Like they are the worst vehicles.
Yeah, he didn't manage to kill at least one of them before he saw what it was. It just exploded him. So they were vulnerable, but still, like Like,
I don't know. It feels like one of those like World War II movies. It's not about reality. It's more about like just a bunch of guys having fun. More like what is it? I love the smell of napalm in the morning without the seriousness.
Yeah, it's everything. When Matilda was there, like, oh, that makes sense. Amuro trying to sneak a view of her because he has a crush on her, right? He's like, oh, what am I doing here? It's like, no, it's like. Get the fuck, get back to bed, you little brat.
Mom and Dad keep telling you what to do.
Yeah, I was like, you need a parental figure.
I've hit you enough. I think I'm a parental figure.
Tag, I'm it, I guess. Screw it. Go get some food, but get some damn food already. Like, okay, you're not my dad. I blew my dad went to space.
I blew my dad. Just checking the watch order list real quick. It is cucuruz Doan's Island. I can never say the name right. The movie. Then I have MS Igloo. After that, 8th MS Team. Then Thunderbolt. Then War in the Pocket, and then Requiem for Vengeance, which is I don't even know. Is it even released yet?
No, it's supposed to be released this fall.
I still have it in question marks about the number of episodes. Hey, maybe we'll reach that around the time it's releasing. In which case, it just becomes a weekly affair. That's all I think. Like I said before, I've always enjoyed watching something as it's being released. Then because it becomes a thing where nobody knows more than us, except that it's Gundam Universal Century, and everyone's like, "Well, fucking, if you attach this thing to this event that we know is happening, which can only mean that this person's coming from this place." Like, fuck. I didn't read the 75 different issues of manga that go along with this. I mean, I was planning to back when it was me and Griff. So I was going to see, well, okay, what is the manga that is before anything happening here, so that I'm not spoiling myself for the future, but can do research and read stuff. I think somewhere in my folders of shit, I've got a manga specifically about Dr. Minovsky, literally the background of Dr. Minovsky, because it was listed as the earliest thing in Gundam manga. So maybe one day I'll read that.
So I guess I mean the reason why I say it's bad is because it's not up to par with what we haven't before, right? It's like, oh yeah, and not even the entire episode. Like up to the point where they attach the bombs. It's just regular smart episode writing. Once they attach the bomb, they go like, okay, let me give you a long explanation why we're going to give him 30 minutes to disarm this thing. And we're not going to do anything about it.
You say it's not up to par. You know what it does feel up to par with?
Uh-huh.
Well, for one, it feels up to par with some of the worst SDF Macross episodes. It is on level with that. And a lot of normal Macross 7 episodes. Although I'll give Macross 7 a better soundtrack and better animation, of course, because it comes from the future. But it does feel on par with its, not contemporaries, but its competitors.
I mean, but when I say up to par, within Gundam, the mobile suit Gundam show up to this point.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just having to put it into the headspace of the mecha.
Yeah.
Like, it's certainly doing better than it's doing better than a lot of the mecha of its contemporaries.
True,
even in this episode. Like, those are not Monster of the Week. What's the word I'm looking for here? Words I'm looking for here. You know, like how Star Trek, the original series, is each episode is its own thing. And then you get into, like, later Next Generation, where everything is, like, an overarching storyline. A seasonal thing. Yeah. That sort of thing.
Standalone episode,
earlier mecha, even Tamino's on, well, maybe not get the romance, the 3 romance and mecha anime. Anyway, those are mostly each individual thing is its own thing, and it's played up more like a super robot thing where you don't have to worry about anything. And this is still kind of like, he could die. Maybe. We don't know. We haven't set anybody up as specifically having to be the important character yet. Versus, again, like, SDF Macross, which is like, 10 years from now? No, a little less.
1982. It's 1979. So it's
4 years?
3 years. 3 years.
Math. Yeah. Well, what school are you in for, right? 3 years. Had 3 years, still made a bunch of episodes that are on the level of the worst of Gundam. So, it is what it is. Did SDF Macross outsource to South Korean animation studios? Yes. So we're in the same camp. Just something that you do.
The one that is really has the worst animation.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Is the Media.
Sorry, you mean SDF Macross? No, I was talking about Gundam. I made the jump back to Gundam. Next episode is the one I got outsourced. That's so bad that they typically cut it out. Like, they don't want it to be on the lineup. But it was apparently a story they still wanted to tell, so they made a movie about it. So there's that. But we're watching everything, so...
So bad we disowned it, yeah.
Well, the owner did. The owner. Tamino did.
Bandai, who doesn't care? It's...
Well, yeah, if they can make any money off of it, sell it into its own individual release. The Lost Episode. Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna bite the hand of Bandai. They've been good to me. Mostly. Bandai Illegal has been good to me. Other Bandai copyright owners, maybe not so much. They are a lot of different companies, all with Bandai in the name. Some better than others.
There's Sunrise, which now makes all the anime. So, and by the way, Sunrise is going to be making the next Macross show. They're already working on it. So now we're getting crossover with. Well, I guess Bandai also makes Macross toys, so there's always been a crossover between Macross and Gundam in a way, right? So
yeah, well, I mean,
at least genuinely
crossover in the real world, not a real crossover. Yeah. I guess technically, I feel like Super Robot War games and whatnot. Then they've always been crossover. In fact,
they're gonna make there's rumors there's gonna be a Transformer Macross crossover.
I've already had discussions with Justin about Megaplex. Is I think of the name of? It's the Transformer that is a city that's also bigger than the SDF Macross. I was talking to Justin about SDF Macross way back when. I talk about Macross in like every recording, doesn't matter which show. about the concept of the SDF Macross transforming a city that transforms, and I think, it's like that Transformer Megaplex. And then I did a whole comparison. Battle 7 is bigger than SDF Macross, and Megaplex is bigger than Battle 7. So,
Megaplex is the one that appears in the movie.
Yeah, but it's also considered first generation, which makes it in line with all of the. Because it also appears in the show too. I think it doesn't appear in the show until after the movie, though. I don't know. We did like a look up on it, but I can't remember the details. It is first generation Transformers. So I think it comes out before Macross. I can't remember. The specifics. If you wanna know, watch every show we've ever done to find out when me and Justin talked about it.
The original toy line came in Japan.
Nobody cares about the toy line. We're talking about TV releases.
But that would be licensed by Hasbro.
But the toy line comes out before the shows do. Yeah. You gotta get them on the shelf so that when the kids watch the show, they know what's about to happen.
No, but I
also
mean,
gives you a bit of scope on pre-sales to tell what's going to do well, even without the show.
No, this was just a toy line in Japan that Hasbro saw. Like, we like that. We're going to adapt it to a show. That original toy line in Japan, I think it's earlier than Macross, and they were like they were mechs, right? The truck had a pilot and everything.
For more information, watch the Super Galaxy video. I'm gesturing, but I'm not going to put in any links.
And Hasbro eventually said, let's just make them full sentient robots. And that's how we got Transformers.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half long video about the entire history of the Transformers that we've both watched. I know I've watched it more than once. It's a good video. Check out Super Galaxy. They even do some impromptu live streams. And they have a whole secret channel. Anyway, I don't. There's like not much to talk about this episode, even though we talked about it longer than some other episodes of shows we do. So,
I mean, they must be running out of resources to making that lousy bombs. Like, bombs that explode whenever.
That lousy bombs. They were more powerful than the shit they're firing at the Gundam. Remember that the laser whip that hits the Gundam doesn't break the shield? And yet this timed explosive, by the way, that you can shoot with a gun after the fact, meaning a guy on the ground with a handgun and an explosive could take the leg off a Gundam. Not too bad. So I just heard a joke earlier today about a news article about a suicide bombing with one confirmed death. Yeah, no duh.
It's that. I guess it was a suicide.
By definition.
Suicide bomb.
If there was,
he failed.
If there was no confirmed deaths, it wouldn't be a suicide bombing. Like no duh. Anyway, final thought.
Gundam has done better. And it will do better in the future.
Okay. Well, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?